So the running theme with this is apertures and frames and layering as well. So this one's going to be quite a nice quick one. I've got the back of my card there, that's 5x7, so it'll match the frames. I've got the beautiful pattern paper there. I've then got what I'm going to cut my frame from, and I've got the mechanism pieces. So let's just cut the mechanisms. Now the beauty of this is because the way the mechanism works, if you only want to do one layer, you only need to cut one mechanism. Okay, nice and simple. So because you can cut this in half. Right. Now you can cut two. If you want to double it up and make it extra strong, you can do that as well if you want to, but let's just show you what I mean. So I've got the mechanism there with all the score lines in and the right height to fit the frames as well. And you can use your trimmer if you prefer, but scissors are fine for me. Especially if they're big scissors, you get a nice straight line with them. So there's my two side pieces. Then I'm going to cut, let's cut this trellis. It's so pretty. Like I say, you can double this up if you want to, but I'm just going to use it as it is. Pop that onto some white cardstock. I need some tape. I don't know what I did with my tape last time, so let's use some fresh tape just to hold this still. It's important to hold a die still with some low tack tape, especially if you're likely to be taking it out of the machine and running it back through again when it's a detailed piece like this. You may well be doing that, so pop this in here at an angle as always. I never do it straight on. Now I have already pre-stamped and die cut an oval that will fit this. These are just all items that were in my stash already. So one little last bit, that last little bit out, there we go. Let's clean this mess up. Now with my pattern paper, I'm going to cut this down to size. I'm going to look at where the detail is that I want to keep. I'm going to use my pokey tool just to score a couple of lines there on my paper. Rather than pencil, I don't want to have to rub pencil out afterwards. I'm just going to use a pokey tool, and then I'm going to turn my card paper over. I can clearly see those score lines that I've just made. So put them into my trimmer, and that just means there's no markings left on the pattern paper for me to have to erase. It's a habit I've got into on something like this. It really wouldn't matter so much if there was some pen or pencil on the pattern, because you just wouldn't see it, but obviously others there would be. You would notice it. So if it was a lighter colour, you wouldn't want to have the markings on there. Now this time, let's take my scoring tool. Because we've cut this mechanism in half, we're just going to do two folds, and they're going to be in the same direction. So two mountain folds like so, and two on this one as well. Again, a really nice quick carve. This would make beautiful wedding invitations or something like that. There we go, two pieces. And we'll do the same again, just to keep the workings all nicely hidden at the back. And take, now where did I put my glue? There we go. We're going to glue the first tab into the back of the card, or onto this back panel. I might have cut this a bit big, you know. I may have trimmed it a little bit big. Let's see. We'll put the workings on anyway. We'll work that out afterwards. It's probably my measuring, knowing me. And then a little bit of glue on this side as well. Make sure I put that at the same height, because if I do decide to trim my card down at the top or bottom, I want to keep it the same height. And then glue all over the top. Like I say, red line tape will work as well. I just find wet glue, once it's dry, it's like cement, isn't it? You're not getting that off very easily at all. There we go, covered all those workings out. So you've got the back of your card with your little wings. And then we're going to put, now if you want to, in fact, let's do that, because I would if I was at home. What I like to do, if you look at the frame, it's got a slightly thinner border than the white there. So I'm going to trim this just with my scissors. You can do it if you, excuse me, if you think ahead, you can do it with your trimmer before you glue it down. I didn't, obviously, didn't think ahead. I craft as I think of things as I craft. Right, and the same this side, just trimming that down a little bit, just a few millimetres off of each edge. There we go. That will just make for a nice, slightly neater finish. And then there's the glue. Perfect. So just allowing that one to adhere before I move it around too much and bring it over to this side. There we go. 1, 2 and 3. Again, in theory, you should be able to flatten these pieces down and it all lay flat. So you can try that out as you're folding. That'll just mean that your card will then flatten when it's to go into an envelope if you want it to. If you're going to do that. So lovely. Okay, so that's all attached. Let's open that back up again. I've got to be careful, the glue's still wet. Now that is a little bit, I did cut my back panel a little bit too big. It's just ever so slightly smaller than 5 by 7, I've discovered. So you might want to just cut it ever so slightly smaller. There we go. So lastly, just to finish this off, because I did say this was a nice, quick and simple one, just to finish this one off, I'm just going to put a sentiment in the middle. Now again, cut to an oval. I could put florals and things around there, but sometimes less is more. So I'm going to use a piece of CraftStash foam tape. Love their foam tape. Just pop the foam tape on the back there. I say that stamp is from there was a card, I can't believe it's still in stock now, but there was a card that was a gorgeous clock, a 3-dimensional clock from Paper Discovery, and this stamp set actually came in with the die set. So there you go, another really quick and easy card that's just been created using that trellis. I'm just still bending while the glue's drying, but you get the idea now. You can of course create cards that have like a domed effect if you want to. You'd simply do that by having a slightly smaller back piece, so when you put it together it would create that shape. It's entirely up to you. So we've got lots of examples here for you. You've seen the product. We've got the 3 die sets, so we've got the garden one, we've got the trellis that we've just used, and then we've also got the floral one that we cut very first. We've got all those beautiful papers. We've got the stamp and die set for the gardening editions, and then we've got the floral stamp and die set as well. So yeah, hopefully you've been inspired to make something little floral. Yeah, so thank you for joining me, and I will see you all again next week. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.